But we begin tonight with a major development from the CDC. The agency is tightening its mask guidelines.
And today, the CDC announced it is now recommending people who are vaccinated sometimes wear masks indoors, specifically if you live in a part of the country where COVID-19 cases are surging. Now, scientists say this is all based on new information about the availability of the Delta variant spreading among vaccinated people.
The change comes as cases increase around the country, including here in North Carolina. Tonight, the Department of Health and Human Services reports more than 1,600 new cases of the virus. The state's daily percent positive rate is now at 10.4%.
The ability to spread it is intense. It is growing very quickly, and we do know that we've reached out to Governor Cooper's office about the CDC's new recommendation. His deputy communications director says in part that the governor and state health officials will review changes to CDC guidance, and he strongly encourages schools and businesses to enact important safety precautions and unvaccinated people to wear masks until they get their shots. The governor and members of his coronavirus task force will give an update on COVID-19 tomorrow afternoon.
And the CDC also recommends everyone at schools wear masks indoors, regardless of vaccination status. And it all comes as local schools are trying to finalize their policies on masks ahead of the upcoming school year. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools will be holding a meeting tomorrow. WXII's Leanne Denyer spoke with some parents ahead of that meeting. She joins us now with more.
Yeah, the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools superintendent will make a recommendation to the Board of Education. The board will then vote on whether or not the district will require students to wear their masks or not while they're in their classrooms this fall. And we spoke to parents who say that they are thinking of the kids. They want what's best for the children, and they feel both strongly for the idea of wearing masks in the classroom and against.
Yes. That'll be super cool.
Ashley Wallace, a Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools parent, hopes her son, Branson, will not be required to wear a mask in the classroom next year. She says, however, that's not to say she's against masking for kids.
It needs to be optional. Parents need to make the decision what is best for their child. Teachers need to be able to make that decision for themselves if they want to wear a mask or not.
For Heather Rompel, a district parent too, she believes until there's a vaccine, her kids and others need to keep their masks on. After more than a year of homeschooling, she's hopeful to have her daughter back in the classroom, but not if masks are made optional by the district.
Until they're vaccinated, this is going to be what our lives are. I refuse to compromise their lungs or their brains or any of the other long COVID symptoms. Even for them to have an asymptomatic infection.
Both moms agreed. This is not about politics. This is not about taking sides. Both say for them, it's about advocating for their kids and the kids around them.
Our kids should not be political pawns. This should have nothing to do with politics.
We know that we are on the conservative side of things, but that is the choice that we're making for our family.
Meanwhile, the superintendent for Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools is weighing the decision on whether or not to require masks for students this fall. A district spokesperson says that she is working with healthcare providers and other districts and preparing to make that recommendation to the board. The state has issued guidance that asks districts to require K-8 to wear masks at school, as vaccines are not approved for kids under the age of 12 at this point. So the Board of Education meeting does get going at 5:30. However, I'm told by parents both in favor of wearing masks in the classrooms and against. Both groups of parents are planning on meeting right here ahead of that meeting. In Winston-Salem, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
Leanne, thank you. Happening now, Guilford County Schools holding a meeting to go over plans to reopen next month. They're looking at health and safety recommendations, including whether to require masks. WXII's Justin Schreier is listening in, and we'll have a recap on what was decided tonight at 10 and at 11.
Fighting COVID-19 in the hospital. A woman from High Point says that she now wishes she had decided to get the vaccine. Tonight, she is urging others not to make the same mistake, and Bill O'Neill explains why.
She was hospitalized with COVID and pneumonia for 5 days. Now she's out of the hospital, and she has a message for other people who are not vaccinated.
It's just like the flu shot. You have to have it or you're going to get sick.
Speaking to reporters by way of Zoom, Ekaterina Wilson says the vaccine is just like a flu shot. Get it or you're going to get sick.
The most important side effect we are seeing is mainly weakness and lingering shortness of breath. And it just has been terrible, just like it was for Ekaterina.
Dr. Kinshit Shah says the COVID patients he's seen lately are all under age 40 and all are unvaccinated. Ekaterina Wilson is 39 years old. She tells Wake Forest that she thought her age would protect her from the virus. Now she plans to get her shot as soon as her doctor says it's okay. Her doctor says he has a message for young COVID victims.
Every single patient I have, similar to Katia, I tell them to go down their phone book and just call every single person that they can, just to get them vaccinated.
Ms. Wilson isn't the only person in our area who has regrets about the vaccine. A local woman who has a family member in the hospital with COVID writes on Facebook she told that family member many times, don't get a shot. She says it is now gut-wrenching to think, what if he had gotten that shot? Bill O'Neill, WXII, 12 News.
So how do we stack up here in North Carolina? Well, 60% of adults have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. 57% are fully vaccinated. Turning now to the WXII 12 first warning weather, another hot, steamy day in the Triad.
Chief Meteorologist Lainey Pope joins us now. And Lainey, there's also some isolated storms this evening that we're expecting.
Yeah, we actually had a very potent one move through Wilkes County over the last hour. A severe thunderstorm, as a matter of fact, that dumped hail across parts of Wilkesboro in the southeastern part of the county. You're looking at North Wilkesboro right now. You can still see the skies at least partially gray. Now that warning has been dropped as the storm is now moving south and out of Wilkes County, still with some very heavy rain and also some hail as it pushes southward toward the Love Valley community. We have had hail reports though across the area, especially in the old Gilreath community just south and east of Wilkesboro, all the way over toward Roaring River. Even some reports of some hail too along parts of Fishing Creek Road, and we also had some on Mathis Mill Road. Now again, that storm is moving out of the area, so things will be a little quieter. We've just got a couple of showers popping up here and there over Guilford, Forsyth and Davidson County. I do think that showers and thunderstorms will be very isolated tonight. They're moving along that front. Everyone is going to be dealing with the heat and the humidity though as we move forward. I'll keep in a small storm chance for this evening. Temperatures right now are still very close to 90 degrees across much of the area. We topped out at 91 in Greensboro. Feels like temperatures are easily in the mid, if not upper 90s. And that is expected to continue because temperatures are going to get hotter. Forecast highs anywhere between 93 and 95 in the coming days with heat index values that could get close to 100. We'll have more on that hot, steamy forecast coming up.
All right, Lainey, thank you. Well, we have an update tonight on a Guilford County detention officer recovering in the hospital after being attacked by an inmate. Sheldon Kaminsky's wife, Candy, says that he still has a long way to go, but after 11 days, he's off a ventilator. She says he's not fully awake, but will sometimes respond to simple commands. The sheriff's office says Kaminsky was attacked at work earlier this month. The man accused in the attack, 21-year-old Elijah Evans, is facing 2 felony charges in the case.
Tonight, Greensboro police, they are investigating after someone showed up at a hospital after being shot. Now, according to police, this shooting happened early this morning on Huffman Street. They haven't released any more details, and we still don't know the person's condition. 5 people are out of their homes tonight after an apartment fire here in Lexington. It happened right there on London Court this morning, and the fire department says the blaze started on the 2nd floor. 2 units are damaged. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Tonight, there is still no word on a cause.
An intersection in Alamance County is getting a safety boost. The State Department of Transportation says that crews will install an always stop tomorrow. It'll be at the intersection of NC 49 and Greensboro Chapel Hill Road. Change comes following a recent traffic study. The intersection will remain open while the work is being done, but if you are driving there, you are asked to be extra careful.
So many people are ready for it. Colleges and universities across North Carolina, they are getting ready for football season.
And because it's something getting back to normal,
yes.
Right? So last week we heard from ACC schools ahead of the season. Today it's all about the Big South. Lauren Walsh joins us live in Charlotte with more. Hey, Lauren.
Well, there's a lot of excitement here at Big South Media Day. The conference is getting back to a full football schedule and welcoming a new member, North Carolina A&T. The Aggies are leaving the MEAC, joining the Big South, and they hope to make some noise in year one. Earlier today, the conference released its preseason poll. The Aggies are slated to finish third. You might think that's pretty good considering they're new to the conference, but this is a team that has put up at least 9 wins in each of the last 3 seasons they played. Plus, they've won 3 consecutive Celebration Bowls. So they know they can be better than third, even in a new league.
I didn't like it. We're not accustomed to being third, but it's understood. You know, they say to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Monmouth have proven themselves for the past 2 years that they're the best team in this conference. So it's our job to dethrone them, so to speak.
That is exactly what I would expect from the Aggies. I mean, they've got the history, they've got the success in the past, so there's no reason why they shouldn't think they could come in and win the Big South Conference Championship.
And the Aggies have a full slate of football, as I said, 11 games, 3 non-conference, 8 conference games now in the Big South. One to circle on your calendar will be the Monmouth game. They were picked to finish first in the conference. They will be in Greensboro for the greatest homecoming on earth, October 30th.